Oh, what's going on, YouTube? Okay, so today they just released the PTB for PC. This is the developer update for the PTB, so basically it lets you know what the PTB is adding, okay, and what to potentially look forward to in the upcoming patch. As I said, these are PTB, so these could be subject to changing. Um, so first we'll go over this. DS, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard. But basically, anytime you do anything to progress the game, your DS will no longer exist. The one that was really interesting to me, actually a couple, the Wraith. No one actually saw this coming, right? They increased his movement speed while cloaked. Look at this. 5.09 to 6 meters per second. That's insane. So I'm pretty sure the 6 meters here, is as if they gave them the yellow windstorm add-on, which is exactly what people have been asking. And then to counter or in counter to this, they also decrease the movement speed while uncloaking. I guess to compensate for that. So instead of being a 2.02 meter per second, it'll now be 1.6. And then they got rid of any penalty that Windstorm did have before. Another one I'm really excited for is this Blight one here, right? So they changed this point of view, and we're going to check this out in a later video. But they changed his point of view, so it's now, instead of in his crotch, it's now up where his eyes are actually at. In addition to that, colorblind mode. Oh crap. Colorblind mode, look. So if anyone out there has trouble seeing, go into the settings. This will be in PTB as well. Go into your settings, and you should be able to change it to whichever colorblind fits your needs. I think other than that, that is pretty much it for what is on the PTB. The most excited changes, as I said, um, obviously this one's really important. This one doesn't affect me, but I'm glad that we did get it, and anyone that is colorblind, glad to see it. But the ones that I am most excited for, the Wraith, I did not see this one coming at all. So glad he got this. The Blight, oh my goodness, this is going to help so much. Now you can actually see when you're looping around structures, and whenever you're actually dashing for people. So that's going to be nice. DS as well, that's going to be awesome. Anyway, let's go and check out the next part of the chapter. Okay, and the next thing we're going to check out is going to be his 3 teachable perks. And then we're going to go into the add-ons, and then I will go over the survivor next. Okay, so the first perk that he gets is Hex Crowd Control. Basically what this is anytime that someone vaults a window while this hex is still up, the window is blocked for 14 seconds. So it's kind of like Bamboozle, except for it activates when the survivor vaults instead of whenever you vault. I could see this being useful in some scenarios, but I'm still not a huge fan of hexes, so we'll have to see how that works. No Way Out. This one I actually read up on a little bit, and this one actually seems kind of interesting. It's kind of like a better Remember Me, I would say, because this one actually blocks the gates instead of making them longer. Maybe if you combine this with Remember Me, that'd be even stronger too, right? Because it would be what, like 76 seconds in total, 40 seconds from this perk blocking the gates, and then 36 for, the gate timer itself. So yeah, that'd be maybe an interesting combo to throw in, and maybe even a Blood Warden as well. In addition to that, let's see, Starstruck. This one I don't know if it has very much use. Um, Hopefully they change the numbers and stuff on this, but it seems very cliche. Basically, what it is when you pick somebody up, everyone within your terror radius has the exposed status effect for the next 30 seconds. So basically, it's to prevent people from body blocking hooks. But the thing is like, it also has a minute and a half cooldown on it. So you're not really going to get a whole lot of use out of it if you're downing survivors fairly quickly. Plus, as I said, no one's going to want a body block when it shows a giant exposed symbol in their right-hand corner. Okay, we're going to go over his add-ons next. His add-ons are Death Throws compilation. Let's see. This one, if I understand it correctly, basically your knives start at 50% of the value that they normally would. So let's say normally it takes, I believe, 8 hits to down a survivor with his throwing stars. This would now take 16. But to compensate this, each successful throw increases his laceration meter up to 200%. So now it could go from 8 throwing stars to down someone to only 4. But this is reset anytime that you miss a throwing star. And that's how I'm interpreting that. The next one is iridescent photo card. When a survivor laceration meter is 1 blade away from maximum, they're inflicted with exposed, but you can no longer down with your stars. Okay, so this one potentially could have some use. Let's say people are dropping pallets really, really fast. You could go ahead and try to hit them over the pallets that they're dropping to stack up the laceration meter. And then whenever you break pallets and they're out in the open, you have a chance to one-hit down them. Gonna be kind of situational depending on how long the exposed lasts, though. The next one is cut through you single. Let's see. Blades pierce through survivors. Subsequent hits will receive 50% of laceration. So going back to that first thing I said before, you know how I said you start at 50%? This would be like the same. Like if it goes through somebody, the second person that this hits, it'll actually do half of the laceration. So it'd be 16 hits if you kept hitting through people and hitting somebody else, if that makes sense. Okay, next is diamond cufflinks. When a survivor's laceration meter is 1 blade away from maximum, reveal the auras for 6 seconds. I mean, I guess it would let you know that they're 1 away, but I think it kind of lets you know in the UI itself. Blades shatter when hitting the environment, dealing 50% laceration to nearby survivors. This one could be good, depending on how big the AoE is of his laceration, or explosion of his stars, I mean. This one's actually really interesting. So anytime you throw a star and you hit an object, it'll actually bounce off of the object. I believe it's only 1 time, but it still does full, like, laceration. So you could be throwing them anywhere and it'll just be bouncing off of stuff. I'm sure there's going to be really neat scenarios as well where you can kind of like, you know, trajectory your stars at like an angle in like the killer shack and it'll bounce off and hit people. Yeah, that one's going to be really interesting. This one's just, you know, increase your capacity of stars hold. Increases the initial throw rate. Okay, basic stuff. The time before laceration meter starts decaying. That one could be useful. Increases the laceration meter decay duration when out of blades. Huh. I guess this is to, like, combo with this, maybe? Because, like, if their laceration meter lasts longer and you're out of blades, but you get them exposed, potentially. Decreases each survivor's laceration meter. Okay. I'm assuming this would be, like, instead of 8 hits, it'd be 7 or even 6. Increases movement speed while throwing blades. That one's going to probably be really good. Increases initial throw rate. Decent. Increases each survivor's laceration meter decay when not... Oh, when out of blades, okay. I almost read that incorrectly. So... I'm not sure, like, how useful these are going to be. Like, when not comboed with, like, something like this, maybe? Because, like... I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. I'll see, like, later in game. Increases the time for laceration meter starts decay. Okay, isn't that... Oh, this is just in general, not when you're out of stars. Increases duration of main event. From what I've heard, this one actually might be good. Because currently, from what it looks like, main event only lasts like a couple seconds. I think it was only like 8 or 9 8 or 9 seconds, something like that. It's very, very short. But I guess it is strong, or at least perceived to be strong. Next is slightly increases duration of main event. Okay, yeah, it's the same as that, just brown. Increase movement speed. Gain blood points for showstopper. Moderately increases each survivor's laceration meter. Okay, so yeah, it's his like little joke add-on. So instead of taking like 8 stars to down him or throwing knives or whatever you want to call him, it would probably take like 10. But you get more blood points for hitting people with your stars. Increases carrying capacity. So his brown add-ons actually aren't bad, right? So you got a 10 more stars, even movement speed and duration of your ultimate. So overall not bad. I know I didn't go over the power yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Because I was hinting at it as I was going over the add-ons. So basically what his power is this. He has 60 blades that he equips, and you'll see this later as well in gameplay, but he has 60 blades that he equips. Anytime you hit the power button, you switch over to the blades. You can throw them, and it alternates hands, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is about throw speed. In addition to that, you do slow down whenever you do equip your blades. And there's a system called a laceration meter, and what that does is each time you hit them with one of the blades, they get a stack towards their laceration meter. As I said before, it takes like 8 blades, I believe it's about 8, to down somebody with the knives. I haven't fully tested them out yet, so we'll have to go in game and see how that looks. And then finally, once you get enough hits with your blades, you get something called main event. You activate it, and you have an unlimited number of blades, and you have no penalty to your movement speed whenever you have your blades out. So it's basically kind of like you turn into like a minigun. You're like holding it in full, but you can actually walk normal speed instead of just slowing down. I think it's 5% is what he slows down by. As I said, 4.4 killer and 24 meter tear radius as well. Okay, so as far as the survivor perks go, we got a few interesting ones, I'll say. So this first one is called Fast Track. Basically what this does is anytime a survivor is hooked, you gain 3 tokens. Anytime you land a great skill check, each of those tokens grants you an additional 1% bonus. So let's say that somebody gets hooked, you get 3 tokens. Your next great will now do 4% of the generator because normally it's only 1%. So I'm assuming there's no, I don't know if there's a cap or not to the stacks. I would assume probably not. So you could probably just keep stacking them up and then just have one huge skill check that just does like 10, 15, 20% of the gen. Next is Smash Hit. It's a new exhaustion perk. Anytime you stun the killer with a pallet and not exhausted, you get a sprint burst. So basically you can gain even more distance. I could see this coming into play, but it does rely on you hitting the killer with a pallet. This could actually make some like crappy unsafe pallets a lot safer, because you would be able to stun them at these little short loops, and then you get a little sprint burst to the next pallet. So that actually might be pretty nice. This one, I'm not so sure about. Whenever another survivor within 12 meters of you gets hit, you don't have scratch marks for the next 10 seconds. Not really sure how useful that's going to be. The range is very, very short for it to have any use at all. They could probably increase the range on it and add a little cooldown to it so it's not just constantly forever. But 12 meters just doesn't seem worth it at all, to be honest. And this is the new survivor as well. Looking pretty snazzy. Alright, let's see this Mori. Let's get it.
간다. 감사합니다.
Man, that's fucking nutty. I love this person's cosmetics. I'd be curious to see if Whoa, what is that? Holy cow. I'll be curious to see when they release like the full version, what the chicks' cosmetics are gonna look like. Okay. I'm actually curious if this person has... Yeah, they're right there. That is some, I don't know if I'm a fan of that. That's some weird music. What is that chase music? What are these guys doing? I don't think that's the play. What is this dude doing? I'm actually curious about this pallet stunning perk. Okay. I'm not sure what was that. I think he has... No, I don't think he has Tinkerer. I'm gonna go finish this gen. I want to try to get used to these perks. By the way, in that garage there, when that other chick got hit, saw the little cooldown at the bottom. Anytime when that happened, I didn't have scratch marks when I was running for 10 seconds. Alright, I'm about to get our first perk, which is the token one at the bottom. You see, I got 3 tokens. Okay, are you gonna chase me? No. Yes. Yes. Okay. I want to get this pallet slam perk. There we go. Okay, yeah, I can see how that has use. Look at all that distance I gained on that crappy pallet. So I think this one's more like situational because you gotta make sure that you stun them. But I don't see it being bad. Damn, dude. My man going ham. Oh, my screen is lagging so bad though. The lag is just insane. I wonder if that like shows you how many based on the little... Okay, so it went away. I wasn't actually very long of it staying there. I was like 6 seconds of not getting hit and it just disappears. Oh, we have 9 tokens, by the way. So I'm actually gonna go use this generator somewhere and see this like insanely huge buff. There's a gen back here. Okay. So I should get about 10% of the gen if I hit a great, is what I'm reading from this perk. Okay, I didn't hit a great there. I'm gonna look at the chunk whenever I do. Damn. I'm not really sure what this team's doing. Okay. Come on. I just gotta hit a grate. Give me a skill check, please. Okay, I'm at 12. Okay, maybe there isn't a cap. I bet it just... anytime... That's insane, though. That means you could do, like, half the gen if you got enough, skill checks. I'm not focusing. I need to focus on these skill checks. I'm, like, looking away at other places. Alright, can I just do, like, the rest of the gen if I hit this? Come on, great. Wow, skill checks don't exist, I guess. No point in trying to hit it right now. Alright, I need to go find another gen somewhere. Dude, my game is lagging so hard. It's insane. Alright, where's a gen? There's one there. Is there one back here? Yeah. Alright, I want to see just this insane, like, progress of a gen. Use all my tokens. Let's get it. Because this perk could be kind of wild if you think about it. Damn it. This is kind of a shit tile. Sprint burst. Okay. Okay. I don't know about his little knives. I need to go actually try to hit a skill check. My game will let me. Like, everything's so delayed on here. Alright, let's go try this. Will I just get a big fat chunk of the gen, like, because my teammates got hooked? If so, as I said, this perk could be kind of wild for teams that want to do gens really efficiently. He DC'd? Oh my god. We still got tokens for that, though. Come on. And then we just don't get any skill checks at all. Huh, I guess he wasn't, I'm such a bot, just don't you worry. Oh, that is. Did you see how the bar just jumped like a quarter, nearly? Okay. So that's kind of wild then. I'd be curious if this stacks with like stakeout or whatever. Because stakeout acts a good skill check as a great. Ah, shit, you're gonna hit. That was shit movement too. From me. Okay, you're gonna be able to down me with your stars? Okay. You have nurses or something? What the heck are you throwing at? This team just needs to, like, split up on gens, I guess. Alright, let's just push it. Gosh damn it, dude. I'm just gonna go do a different gen. He's patrolling that gen like way too hard, and this team doesn't want to do any other gens. I think there's one all the way over here. Was it at Killer Shack? There's one right here. Okay, I'm gonna go do this one. But yeah, that perk can be pretty strong, I would say. It's kind of like giving survivors, assuming the killer does well, it's kind of like giving them a brand new part for free. That's what this perk is. Which can be kind of dirty, to be honest. See, look how laggy those skill checks are. That dude's dead on hook. Hopefully the other guy actually goes for the gen. Yeah, these skill checks are way too laggy for me to try to hit grades. Still worked, but like it's so laggy. Are they just face camping? He's just face camping, oh my god. Face camping on a PTB, 10 out of 10. What if he has like no-ed in that other perk? I bet that'd be kind of solid. To run no-ed with the Exegate perk. I wish this game wasn't so laggy. Come on. You got no-ed, right? Wow, you're so... I'm just gonna leave these guys, probably. To be honest. Sucks. I'd be very curious to see what the Exegate thing looks like. I'll try to go for them once I get this gate, of course. Because it is PTB, I don't really care too much about dying. That was such a bad play. He like got hit, spun in circles, waited a second, and then tried to go for the save. I hit Unbreakable. Why are you just face camping, dude? That's so dumb. Okay. That dude may get out, but... And I think if I hold forward, I might just get out of the exit gate. It's gonna be close, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's close. That was close. That other dude had plenty of time to escape, by the way. All that stuff that I just did there. Let's spectate and see what he did. Oh my god. He had so much time to escape too. I gave him so much time to escape, but he just didn't. Man, that feels bad. Feels bad. Okay. This was the build I was running, by the way. It was Kindred, the new Self perk, the new Smash perk, and the new Fast perk. And you got to see each one of these. This one was okay. This one I actually got a decent amount of use out of. This was his build: Monitor, Discordance, and Barbecue and Pop. Not bad. Let's go on to our next game.